Hey Internet, Dracofunk here, and we are playing some Kerbal Space Program. This is my reusable space program, 100% reusable space program. Now, last episode, we launched a relay satellite network into orbit, and as you can see, I did a pretty good job of getting them all spaced out, and they're all in synchronous orbit. And they should keep us within contact, at least within the Kerbin system, or in Kerbin orbit. Once we start getting out a little bit further, we'll have some other stuff to do. And Jebediah is still up there in the Liberator, and we'll take care of him. But our next step is to put a space station into low orbit around Kerbin. And normally I would put a space station about 100 kilometers up. This one I think I'm going to put around 75 to 80. Just so its goal is to be a jumping off point for any spaceships that have work to do in the Kerbin orbit. And we'll also be putting some some stations in orbit around the moon and Minmus. The moon station's job will be to take care of mining fuel for all our spacecrafts. And the Minmus station's job will be to be a jumping off point for ships leaving the Kerbin system and going to planets like Duna, Eve, and Jewel. And probably even, I want to get to Elu at some point. I've never been to Elu. I've been to Duna and Eve. I've been to the Jewel system. I think I've only landed on 2 of the planets, though. But 100% reusable. I'm sure nothing important broke. You may notice that I've added some fins. It's because I've found that I have needed some more stability in flying these ships. And the fins seem to help. And right about now, these jet engines are going to stop being useful. I'm just going to go ahead now and turn on the mainsail. That's going to get us up into orbit. And there goes the jet engine boosters, and they'll be 100% recovered. I hope I didn't take too steep of an angle. Get us about 75 kilometers up. A little bit concerned. Sure, we'll be fine. Nothing to worry about. Here we go. Valentina's feeling confident. I'm a little bit concerned about my fuel levels, but I think we'll do pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of time warp to get us into space. And hopefully we should be able to circularize at apoapsis here in just a few seconds. Hope we have enough fuel to get all the way circularized. It's going to be a little bit closer than I'd like it to be, but let's see. Yeah, we'll do just fine. Yeah, there we are. Even a little bit of fuel left over, that'll be good. All right. Now that we're in orbit, it's time. I've decided that I would name my space stations after the space shuttles. And the first space shuttle, well, at least the first space shuttle that was constructed was Enterprise, and so we will name this Enterprise Station. And oops, there we go. I always find it's good to put, once we have more space stations, it's going to be a really nice knowing exactly which body they're orbiting. I'm realizing I did not put any sort of probe control for this booster. That'll be a problem later. But that's okay. Oh, I don't want to exit. I want to go to the Space Center. Because next, we need to get some solar panels up there for the space station. So, solar panels. Now, I wonder how close I can get them. Ooh, I need some struts. It's all floppy. All right. I'm going to try and see. I think if you launch when you're right there, you can actually get pretty close. Let's see. I've never successfully done this. And this is just a test. If it doesn't work, actually normally I just launch and I send another vehicle up, which we'll actually be doing. But I figure since I'm here anyway, I might as well try. Just see how close I can get. Boosters are about to taking a little while there. Now, I could be using fairings for some of these loads to make it more aerodynamic, but then the fairings wouldn't be usable. Now, I know SpaceX has toyed with doing reusable fairings. There they go. And their chutes should come out, and those boosters can be recovered. Anyway, SpaceX has tried doing some recoverable fairings, but to my knowledge, they have not been very successful at that. There we go. We got our 75 kilometers. I wondered just how close I'm going to end up being to the space station. Just a few seconds away from apoapsis. Didn't come in quite as circular as I did the last launch, but I have some more fuel left. Coming in at apoapsis now. Let me get this as circularized as close as I can, as quickly as I can. Oh, I'm way far away. Oh well, no, not a big deal. Let's go ahead and open the shield. All right. Maybe we'll try one more time, because we also need to get some docking ports. I think I launched too late. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and just add some struts so it's not so floppy. And I hear people saying, well, struts aren't reusable. And but you know, I see it as struts are more of a, you know, they're rigid and maybe they retract back in and are recovered. That's how they work, right? Right? Anyway, so here we got the docking ports. Let's see. This time, I'm going to launch when the station is right over this peninsula. It's probably going to be launching into the dark, which isn't great. Not too dark. The jet engine's going. And launch. Now this is really my least aerodynamic payload I think I've launched to date. This is launch number 3, by the way, if you're keeping count. But these fins are going to keep me from spinning and flopping all over the place. Alright, here we go. I'm going to turn on that mainsail now. Sorry, I had to pop off for a second. Apparently that was the FBI calling me saying my social security number is going to be suspended. I could have talked to an FBI officer right away. Alright, those are going to be recovered. No explosions, so we're all good there. And we're trying to get up to orbital height of 75 kilometers, and there we are. And we're getting up to the thin part of the atmosphere. Go ahead and turn RCS on. And we got 2 minutes to apoapsis. I'll just go ahead and time warp us there, and we'll see how close we've gotten to the station. Alright, almost. Let's hit it. Whoa! Hit the way wrong button. Well, before I do any big corrections, let's see. Still a little bit too late. Well, that's okay. I'm going to keep it in the orbit it's in. So, let's recap. We have Valentina up here in Enterprise Station. We have some solar panels and some docking ports. Next episode, we'll need to bring them all together. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you later.